Oh, what's up? What's up? Hey, listen, let me tell you something. So many of you know that I had an arm injury not too long ago. I tore my distal bicep tendon in half. It's a long story. If you've ever considered tearing your bicep tendon, I encourage you not to do that. It's not a fun experience, but it happened. And so I've been recovering from that. And just yesterday, I was talking with somebody who was asking me how my arm recovery was going. And so I was telling him about that. It's going well. Things are going great, and I'm getting back to normal. I could probably curl about 30 pounds with my injured arm now, which is a lot better than 0 pounds, which is where I started. I literally could only lift a pair of sunglasses after the injury and after the surgery. So that's progressing. But they were asking me how it's coming along, and I said, man, I think next week I'll be able to get back to my rigorous workout routine that I was on before the injury. And they're like, really? Tell me about that rigorous workout routine. And I won't bore you with it, but I'll recap it quickly just in case you're curious. To weight train heavy weights at least 3 times in a week, to run at least one 5K terrain run, to go to at least one hot yoga session, and to swim at least 10 laps, which is 250 yards, and to get in the sauna at least twice in a week. That was my workout routine prior to my injury. And so I'm telling this person that I think I should be back to normal next week. And we started talking about other things, and about 10 minutes later I said, you know what, let's go back to our previous conversation. I'm not going to get back to normal next week, because as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I can get back to normal this week. This week I'm going to make it happen. And I'm excited to tell you that it started out with a bang, because the day before we had this conversation, which was the day before yesterday, I got a rigorous workout. And then yesterday, after that conversation, I did a weight training session and swam 10 laps. And right now I am headed to go do a 5K terrain run. I'll hop in the sauna tonight. I went ahead and booked a hot yoga session for tomorrow, so I'm going to knock that out. And then all I need to do is one other weight training session and one other sauna treatment, and I have gotten officially back to normal. Why? Because I made a decision. Life is all about action. How can you apply that? If you're procrastinating, say, oh yeah, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll do that next week, I'll start at the beginning of next month, I'll start that project at the beginning of the next quarter, then I encourage you to ask yourself, sometimes you do need to wait. I get it. Sometimes you're in a busy season of focusing on certain priorities and knocking out certain projects before you move on to the next one. I think that's diligent. I think that's smart. You should strategize, because you only have so much energy, you only have so much bandwidth, you only have so many resources to deploy at any given time, right? I think that's smart. But we should always evaluate our future decisions like that and ask ourselves, why not right now? And if you have a valid reason that you can back up with logic and not just emotion, then it may be a smart decision. You don't need to take on 27 projects today. So I'm not saying start everything, because you'll finish nothing. That's not what today's message is about. But what it is about is evaluating your decisions and saying, hey, is this a legitimate reason? Like, is this a legitimate strategy, or am I just procrastinating? Because here's the deal. We all have a propensity to procrastinate. We all have the unique ability to produce excuses. And a lot of times that's exactly what it is. It's producing an excuse to put something off into the future when we should be implementing it today. Like, if you want to stop smoking, why would you say, oh, I'm going to do that, I'm going to start that next week? Start today. Start now. There's no reason to delay that decision. If you've made that decision, then make the dang decision. Draw the line in the concrete. Forget the sand. That blows away. The sand's going to move around with the wind and cover up the line that you drew. That's weak. That's not you. Draw the line in the concrete where it's permanent and say, today is a new day. I'm not procrastinating on this decision. I know this needs to be done. I have the ability to start it today. And by gosh, there's no reason why I shouldn't. So I'm starting it today. So with that being said, I'm about to go do my terrain run. God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.